What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today we're going to play Skatenationxl. There's a demo that just came out today that's free on Epic Games. It says it's developed and published by MBS Studios. Came out January 20th. And like looking at these videos, it kind of looks like not great. I don't know. It looks kind of floaty and unresponsive. Like it looks super high poly and it's like, next generation. Look at these graphics and blah, blah, blah. But when you look at the skater animations and when the tricks fire off and like that melon grab on vert looks really bad and like almost like the skater's axis is not centered and it's kind of wonky. So it's also a blockchain slash NFT game, which is to me like an immediate red flag. I don't understand in this day and age, especially in 2025, why we're still pushing for a blockchain NFT game as a selling point, because we have yet to see any product that has an NFT in it or blockchain technology in it that's successful. I want to have an open mind. Maybe this is a gem. I know it's just a demo, and maybe if it's bad, they'll have an opportunity to like turn it around and like take critical feedback into account and make it a good game. All right, I guess we play the tutorial. Sure. That way I can't complain about not knowing how to play 5 minutes from now. I should turn off the music. Look at those videos. Oh man. First we'll go over movement. Let's learn how to move around and atop the board. Okay, let's right away music. Okay, turning actually doesn't feel that bad. It feels pretty responsive. And like if you do like diagonal down with the brake, it feels pretty responsive. Well, up, X to boneless. Same controls as hold and release. Classic. Grind near an edge. Lip trick. That was not a nose stall, but that's okay. Manuals. Up, down. It's reversed. Up, down is nose manual. Down, up is manual. Try to do a combo with 2,000 points. I can't use the shoulder buttons to spin, so I have to like hold the D-pad to spin, and that's really crushing my soul. RB to get in and out of the skateboard. Seriously, try it out. Single player. Okay, so it's like 10 goals in 2 minutes? Question mark? What a horrible starting point. 6 minutes? Okay. I think the timer started before the level loaded. So I keep trying to like release ollie, do a kickflip. So you can see my button press. And it's like, wait, is it working now? You have to ollie, wait, then do the kick trick in order for it to fire. So I'm holding down to brake, releasing ollie, then pressing left and square to kickflip. But it's getting the down from the brake in order to stay in spot, and it's ignoring my left. Sometimes it's grabbing it and combining down and left to do a varial kickflip or a pop shove it. So it's not taking your latest D-pad press to do the correlating kick trick you want. It's just grabbing whatever you put in, regardless if you're in air or not. But sometimes it doesn't do anything at all. No shoulder button spins is a huge whiff. If they're going to copy the controls and make this like a Tony clone, they just whiffed on a huge thing. Okay, so the camera zooming in, it's like I'm not necessarily not a fan of, but there's like a camera shake going on that makes me nauseous. I think it's correlating with the balance. The balance peg, see how the camera moves with the balance? I think that's a bad move. It's nauseating. See what I mean? Now when the bounce gets harder, it's like even like a Dude, yeah, no shoulder button spins is like crazy to not include for a Tony clone. Like if you're doing up to boneless, up down to manual, like X to crouch and release to jump, like this is a Tony clone. You either need to do what they're doing or do better at this point, and they missed the mark on like a basic thing, which is shoulder button spins and button like input windows. So like if I press square before I jump, square left before I actually ollie, like there should be an open window where I can do that and it'll still register the kickflip. See how I'm like just not getting any kickflips? I got 2 out of 5. Like half the time they don't fire off. Wait, can you land sideways into manual? Oh no, the airwalks are just, they spin you sideways. That's not a correct animation. They got the thing right. If you tap right or tap left, it doesn't spin you. There's like a grace period. So when you do a kickflip, you don't spin to the left by accident because you're pressing left. But they need shoulder button spins, so it ignores the delay. Like that's the point of having them. Perform a combo. Heel flip, kick flip. Heel flip greater than kick flip. Okay. But it's not registering my input. See, look at the input on the left. It's not doing... Oh, it did that time, but twice in a row. Grind into a grind. 50-50-5-0. Ooh. Are those 2 rails right next to each other? And that's why they don't work? Okay. Collect nation letters. Collect XL symbol. This rail is wide enough to be a shuffle. But there's only 1 rail spline on it, it looks like. Which is fine, but that spline is not in the middle. It's like off center. So it's not picking one. It's picking 1 rail, but it's not centered, so it feels off. Couldn't grind that ledge. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me grind it again. Oh yeah, like the top right switch in regular stance. That means nothing to me. I'm switching stance and nothing is changing about it. It feels like the art is protruding where the grind splines are. So when I hop on a grind, it just tosses me off. It's like, oh, you're hitting collision. No longer a grind. So someone needs to go in and fix all those. That's the biggest thing. Shoulder button spins, being able to like grab all our inputs for doing tricks and eliminate the ones that we don't want for doing tricks. And then it would be like really good. Like I do feel like switching to walk on just R1, like what does L1 do? L1 does nothing. So if you ask me, let's find a new control for switching to walk and bring shoulder button spins in. Can we revert? Was that a revert? It is. But there's no visual or audible feedback. For like, did it work? Like I'm looking at the trick text to figure out if my revert worked. Because that's not a credible animation to rely on. Do you have nollie fakie? L2 and L1 do nothing. But if I do a nose manual, which is strangely up down and not down up, and try to do a kick trick out of it, it doesn't work. Is that because nollie is not yet supported? Like, look how much time I'm giving it. Like, Release ollie, left square. Nothing, it doesn't work. So I can't even tell you if nollie tricks are supported. Like, maybe that's like a feature that's coming later, but this area looks like a DC superhero and a villain are about to fight. Kind of does. Yeah, this looks like an artist designed this level. Like, there's a lot going on that I do not agree with. A lot of QPs don't read as QPs. I'm like, is this a vert ramp or is this a ramp? Also, like, these are kind of iconic. These temporary buildings or T buildings. It should be a ramp. Oh my god, it is a ramp. What the heck? Yeah, I mean, like, it looks very pretty, but when I'm trying to read this level for like skate lines and like, what do I want to hit? And I'm like trying to avoid everything because everything looks like an obstacle. Like, is this a grind? Like, this doesn't even, like, what is this? Who have I got here? Can we ladder? Oh my god, switching to walk? You can't switch to walk in the air. You can on the ground. Come to a stop. Now I can move. I hit R1 while moving. Nothing works. Can't get back on my board. Oh, but if I jump, I get back on my board. Now I can move. Can I climb this ladder? No. I would chop off the bottom of that ladder or make it break or add the ability to climb because that it looks like I should be able to climb that. It's so painful. It is pretty painful. This is not my favorite game so far. This restart point is very bad. The wood looks like I won't be able to roll up it because of the shadow. It looks like too tall for me to go up. And then when I do roll down it, it puts me at a 90-degree angle, like into a wall. Like, restart points are so important. Not just when you start a level, but when you fall on a kill plane. Is it worse than Tony 5? I don't know. I've never played Tony 5, so. This game feels like, okay, they got a lot right. Like, it looks very pretty. The animations need more iterating, and the controls need more iterating. It's not a complete loss. You know, well, right now it is, but given that it's not released and there's still time, like, it's not bad. Or it has the potential to not be bad. This is crazy. Like, if this is not two different rails, I can't shuffle those. Why have two rails? It should just be one rail, so it's easier to read. And this quarter pipe leading you into the rail is wild. Why would you even put this here? Like, this entire piece I'm skating on should just be deleted. And just put the yellow rail lower, cut it off here, and put a quarter pipe along this rail so you can turn around. This whole area needs a rework. I need like a top-down camera to just like draw on this and be like, yo, you need to like rethink all this over here. Like, this walkway with the little tiny rail is way too small of a stroke, and it leads you into a wall. So it's one thing if this game is meant to be like a trick or two, you know, like a skate game, a sim skate game, but the way they're framing it is like arcade skating, because I could just like manual and trick like 30 times in a row and like get big air and whatever. So you got to have some flow for people to continue their combos. Water on the ground is so reflective and it's pretty distracting. Yeah, but next generation graphics. Okay, right away, like, is this going to be a roll-in that leads us into a wall? The answer is yes. Okay. It's crazy how, whoa, 90-degree rail equals connection? Okay. They're so close. You know what I mean? Oh, full send, Grandpa. Let's check out that handicap ramp. These solar panels lead into a wall. And then the other way also lead into a wall. I keep thinking the same thing. They're so close. You know, they're literally going for a Tony clone, and it's like, okay, if you're going to do that, it's got to be good. And they missed the mark on some very, very simple control aspects. And the level design is a huge part of how Tony plays. And like all these things that just lead you into walls, everything is just completely unlegible, unreadable. You know what I mean? Like all these like little bonks and little bitty things everywhere that just, I need to think in broad strokes. Like, can I grind this top of this quarter pipe, or can I grind the handrail on top of the quarter pipe? Oh, switch to walk. So they need to follow the 2-foot rule. So they need to have 2 feet of space between the lip and the handrail, or else the board clips with the handrail. See how my board is just going through the rail? And also it's just...
Happy Sunday, everyone.
It's good for readability, and also it just makes it so the animations don't clip within the wall. The readability is like crazy off. And then if I grind this rail, does it connect to the rail after it? It does. Good. Doesn't really look that way though. Haters? Hey, I feel like we're being fair in our feedback, like quite fair. If I was a hater, I would have just closed this a long time ago and not given it a shot. Can't grind this, but whatever. I could get into the minuscules of basically like giving level reviews on a regular basis to make this level work better, but I don't think that's realistic. I have an expectation for like an end user and a developer relationship, but I sort of would enjoy doing that. This level reads to me a little better than the first one because there's longer, broader strokes. Like, at least with these long rails, it's like a very central focal point. These are way too small and like... man, there's just a lot... There's a lot to say about the level design. You know? The skater speed is really fast for everything to be so small. It feels like 1 or 2 people made this, which is fine. This is really good for 1 or 2 people, or even like a 10-person team. It just needs a lot of work. It needs more time in the oven. Can I jump in this water? Dude, missed opportunity. I think if that water is like an inch or 2 deep and it lets you skate through it and there's like cool particle effects that come out, like I think that could be really sick. Or have a rail going across the middle. You know? I think that could be really cool. This as an out of bounds area is crazy to me. It's such a focal point of the level. You should play it up instead of deny you access. Oh look, they have a rail going across this one, but it's above it. Like skating at the real Taj Mahal would be frowned upon? Yeah, probably. I would love, honestly, if this was my day-to-day gig working on this game, there's so much low-hanging fruit to make this game better. I would love to be a part of it. Whereas like some games are just like, dude, I don't even know where to start. This one has like a lot of potential. All right, well, we tried it. Have you guys played it? What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? If you're on YouTube watching this later, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on twitch.tv/AndyTHPS. Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. All the links are down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube. Everyone say bye, YouTube. Yeah, honestly, it feels like a very small team who are very concentrated on like how it looks and can we get this thing done, and losing sight of how it feels and how does this play. Gotta give them credit because making a game is really hard, man. Especially a game of that size. It's big. Yeah, also like how are they planning on involving like blockchain and crypto and like NFTs into that? That's like what the heck, you know?